god, that was so loud. Because of my
Okay, guys, let's
Hurry,
talk
why
about
are you laughing so hard?
I'm crying, Beck,
Why
because
are you crying?
we're not going to be in the same state anymore soon.
You fake cried in the intro.
Okay.
What?
Okay, so, Beck, imagine I told you I watched a documentary about,
Oh
a woman.
no.
I
Oh
watched
my
about
god.
Beck, imagine
Hurry, stop
I told you
talking because
imagine I watch a documentary and it's like about a woman. Guess what happens to the woman, Beck?
she go down to a creek.
Beck, you fucking freak! No, it's about her opening up a donut shop.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding. She gets raped by her husband and killed.
my god.
Just kidding, Beck.
Shut up,
I didn't watch a documentary, you stupid cunt. I didn't watch a
Oh
documentary.
my god!
I took you on a roller coaster.
This is the craziest intro we've ever had.
Beck,
Okay.
I didn't.
Can we get some, let me get some context on this. Before we were starting this episode, I was like, Uri, are you going to talk about a documentary where a woman gets murdered in a creek? And then he was like, maybe.
So, in reality, I didn't watch a documentary, but in truth, I do have a confession. I would like to tell you guys of a really bad confession. It actually harkens up to a previous episode.
Okay, I'm gonna eat this fortune cookie while you do that, including the paper. So
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this TV show called The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Oh no!
Oh!
Oh my god!
And then, guys, season 2 came out.
Yeah.
So you know I had to hate watch it. Obviously, I hated watching it. I hated watching this this romantic love. I just hated it. Watching these really two punchable faced guys. Okay, so I watched season 2, and my god, this show is the cringiest thing of all time. Maybe it's dialogue. Okay, it's trying to be fucking Oppenheimer with it has two timelines. It has two timelines that they're doing. One timeline in the present, one in the past. So let me break it down for those who don't remember. So there's this girl, and guess what? And guess what?
Yeah?
The first season was about the summer she turned pretty. And
no,
when they
that's the name of the show, Uri!
And by turning pretty, they mean she took off her glasses.
I got
Barbie joke.
I get it. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So she took off her glasses, and everyone's all like, "Fuck! She's so fucking hot! Oh my fucking god! You are so hot now! I can't believe how she's so hot! She's so hot!"
Obviously.
Your mic is clipping out so much.
Yeah, obviously, because she was so hot.
So, but then, there's her mother is best friends with another mother who's the mother of two boys, and the older boy Conrad, he's all ever since I was a young
Conrad.
Ever since I was a young child, I always knew I was destined to be with one of Susanna's boys.
What?
Okay, give me.
Crazy.
But then, guess what? The younger brother Jeremiah also has feelings for. Okay, her name is.
I think that's a triangle of love. I don't know if anyone's coined this yet, but
Conrad.
I think that exists, and I think it's called a circle.
Oh yeah, the love circle. Sorry.
No, just circle.
Oh, just circle.
So Conrad's really moody the first season, but then Jeremiah. So he's always been in love with Isabel. They call her Belly, obviously, little Belly.
I thought you would just pick Belle.
Sometimes
Bella,
they call Bells. But usually call her Belly.
That's a little weird.
And then Jeremiah's all he was always in love with her, but Conrad was never showed the love. But then at the end of the first season, it seems like Jeremiah and Belly are going to get together. But again, guess what? Conrad's all like, nah, I gotta have you. And so then they get together. And in the beginning of season 2, we see that he leaves Jeremiah for Conrad. Oh, and also the mom has cancer.
Oh, that's a sad thing.
Of the boys.
Damn.
The Boys? Like on Amazon Prime?
It is on Amazon Prime, the show, so.
Do they watch The Boys?
No, they watch it. The only thing they watch in the show is old movies, like black and white movies. That's the only thing they watch in the entire show. Like, hey, you want to watch this show? And so season 2, it's like Jeremiah is being like really like he does not talk to Belly. Oh, and so okay, so this is how the timeline this is kind of how like the timeline pans out. It's 1 year later. The mom Susanna of the boys, she's dead, and then it kind of cuts back between that. A timeline like the beginning of the new year where Conrad and Belly are starting to like get a relationship. But Conrad's still kind of moody sometimes. Okay, and this bitch narrates so hard. Like, like someone will be like, hey, you want some lemonade? What that guy didn't know is that lemonade was a really strong part of my childhood since I was like at Susanna's house at Cousins. The lemonade represented bond and fertility, something like that. And then but then one episode it's just Jeremiah narrating it, and I don't give a fuck about Jeremiah. Look up Jeremiah, the Summer I Turned Pretty. He's the most punchable face I could ever see. Oh, and her brother's like kind of has the hots for her best friend. That's the storyline. Oh, and there's like and so the mom's half sister, she's trying to sell the beach house, and then Conrad and Jeremiah's all like, "No, this is
the beach house."
Basically, Kissing Booth 3, like they want to sell.
That's really what I was thinking. It's like this sounds like the Kissing Booth, but a show.
Like not the beach house. I don't want Summer to go forever in Cousins. Guys, we can have one last party. One last party.
Wait, is this Kissing Booth 3 or the show? Because I swear they sound the exact same.
This is the show. And so, this is the show.
Guys, this is the show.
This is the show!
And so, but then, in the 1 year later, Conrad and Belly have broken up by that point. Because, like, at prom, he was all like, Belly, I can't be with you anymore, Belly! Belly! So...
Yeah, sounds dramatic.
So, it's very dramatic, Beck, because then at the end, and because at the end of the latest episode, it still hasn't all come out. It only got 6.
It's still going. It's still going.
Yeah, so this is my weekly.
I cannot wait for the Uri. Uri should do like a weekly episode, 30 minutes, just talking about the development.
Beck, we should have a separate podcast just for this.
That's the Summer I Turned Pretty.
The Summer I Turned Pretty. The Summer I Turned Podcasting. So,
now,
yeah.
So, my sister was also watching it, right?
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, oh, hey, Uri's watched this show. And she looked at me, she said, wow, I hate him for that. So, I just wanted to add that in there.
That's great.
She's also watching it?
Yeah.
Okay, she should hate herself then. Don't worry, I hate watching it. But I kind of secretly love it.
Yeah, you've been ranting about it. I think that shows love.
Okay, and so then at the end of the episode, like I don't know, Conrad gets really pissed that they can only have because the half sister of the mom is like allowing the kids to have the beach house for 1 week every summer, and they pay for it. And Conrad's all like, "No, I don't want to do that." And then Jeremiah and him get into a fight, and then they Belly gets really drunk and goes to the beach. Oh. And then Conrad goes after and says, "Oh, it's also revealed that Conrad asked for Jeremiah's permission to date Belly because he didn't want it to be awkward." And then Belly's all like, "If you would have told me that, I would have fought for us more." And then she gets really drunk and goes to the house, and then she calls her mom. "I think I ruined things forever between Jeremiah and Conrad." And then, Belly is acting like she needs to get married at 16. Like she's inevitable. Okay, here's
Hey, Beck, you want to talk about Steven Universe Future?
No. Can I say something? Right before this podcast, Uri was like, "No, let me go first. I don't got a lot to say about what I'm watching."
Okay, let me just finish this. They say we are still infinite.
What?
That's a line like Conrad says to Belly.
It doesn't
What does that mean?
That might make sense in the script, but out of context, it sounds really confusing.
Jeremiah says, I always knew Conrad and Belly were inevitable.
Wait, in like the third person, Conrad says, I believe Conrad.
No.
Jeremiah.
Oh no!
So
sorry,
what was
Jeremiah?
So if he thought that this was going to be a thing, why even try? Right?
Because then he's all like, Belly was always destined to be with Conrad to this point of the story, but what about the rest of the story? I could be with Belly. Anyway.
Oh.
I'm also watching this. Guys, there's this new show on Netflix called Captain Falls. It's like about this. It's an animated show, guys.
Oh, let me look it up. Let's see.
I watched the first episode, so it's like kind of like, so it's like there's like a.
This looks like the most generic adult animated thing I've ever seen.
I watched the first episode and I thought that too, but it has some charm that I might pen out. So like, there's this gang, I guess like a ship gang who's transporting drugs, and then their captain gets arrested, but then there's like a cop character who wants to figure out the story more, but then there's like this kid who's a really bad sailor but comes from a very famous sailing family, a real Brett type from Inside Job.
I love Brett.
Like his family hates
awesome.
him, and they like the older brother more, and he's treated like trash.
Mm.
And so, but then like the leader of the like I guess ship drug gang, I guess, they like get me the most uninspiring, pathetic captain ever. And so then one of the people goes to like the I guess sailing recruitment ship job application thing, and then she says, I want the worst person, and then she gives this like, okay, I have a good name for you. And so, but then she's gonna post it on Instagram, the recruitment lady, and so the drug person kills her and kills everyone in like the recruitment office. And then the episode ends. That's when the episode kind of picked up. Like, oh, it's like they actually show her shooting people in the head, and that's like kind of interesting.
That's dark.
Yeah. And so then the episode ends with him like in a car. Like, oh, what adventures are we going to see? It might be very generic, and I think Netflix is probably going to cancel it. But I'll see if it pans out.
Yep.
And I'll give my review later. And yeah. Anyway, everyone, I'm going to give a rec right now. Everyone, watch The Summer I Turned Pretty right now.
Yes, you guys should watch it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm all right. Hey, so remember when Uri said she needed to get married at 16? Beck, do you want to talk about what you watched?
Oh my god.
What?
That is actually a good transition.
I tried to do it when he said it, but no one listened to me.
Okay, so first I want to say something.
My voice.
Like I said last episode, I was not planning on watching Steven Universe Future. Yeah. And now this is very pissing off Uri because he has to hear about the show again.
Yo!
I told him before the podcast, yeah, I'm going to talk about something you don't like.
Where is my gun?
I have mine right here. I have mine right here. I don't know what you're doing.
Hold on, you talk about Steven Universe, I'll get my gun.
Got it.
All right, I'll just put Gumby
this
here.
Is very normal.
We all love Gumby.
So I'm gonna give the story about how I actually decided to watch this show. We finished the podcast.
Wait, Beck. You know what? I'm not gonna get my gun. Just tell me why you're watching this show that we thought was established was shit.
Yes, I'm gonna walk you through this because there's actually a reason why I watched it. So we're on the episode. I'm talking about it. It's good. So I'm like, I'm probably not gonna watch Future. I end the episode. It is 1 a.m. my time. So I'm already up extremely late. But what I decided to do is I decided to watch like a ranking of like all the songs in Steven Universe because like I'm like
my Chef Carlos Productions that I mentioned on the last video.
You didn't mention in the last video, so I went and watched it. And what he had was he had like a bunch of footage from Future, and out of context, it looked like a ton of cool ideas. Like all these different like plots and all this new stuff, I'm like, oh, this actually might be good. Everyone saying it's bad might be very wrong. So I start watching.
Like our boy Aiden.
Yeah, so I start watching the show, and I watch episodes like 4 through like 11, and there's a big difference between 4 through 11 and 12 through 20. So 4 through 11 are very disconnected. They're all like independent storylines that tackle a lot of different stuff. Some of them overarching main plot, but a lot of them are individual. And I thought they tackled a ton of good concepts, good themes. I thought they were really good. I was gonna DM Aiden that night saying, "You were wrong.
You're wrong!
Future is good," but I didn't. So I go to sleep thinking, "Oh, this is a good show. Aiden's wrong." I wake up, and then we get into the plot episodes, and oh my god, does it go downhill in quality?
Tell me why.
So, the episode that really kicks off the main plot is Steven, a 16-year-old, trying to propose to Connie, which is like a 15-year-old, right? They're like one different...
Yeah, there's an age gap.
Yeah, and then it's like, of course not. And then this guy has like a mental breakdown over the next 7 episodes. And it just hammers the same theme of like, you gotta talk about your problems. It hammers that in.
Which he does, because he is the king of talking to other people about his problems. But there's not a second
talk to him. Yeah, but they hammer that theme every episode, every second, for like 8 episodes. It gets really annoying just how much he just like... It's a very obvious solution, and he just doesn't do it.
Yeah, he feels written out of character, and there's a couple episodes where you can understand why he's a little bit angry, like in the one where he's going to like his dad's parents' house.
Yeah,
that one you can understand. Like, yeah, he didn't have the best upbringing. He was forced and roped into this magical world with these rock ladies, right?
Yeah,
and he didn't ever go to school or anything. But he gets pissed that his last name comes from this random guy, like some like really like some music guy, and he gets pissed and crashes the car.
He does. Yeah. And then he does like insanely out of stuff character, like he basically kills someone but then magically revives her, which is
and then he's like, no, it's okay, it's like I killed them, it's fine.
If you watch this show, he is the character who would never even like fight someone, but then he just goes all out and kills Jasper, just shatters her.
Really dark.
It's great. Yeah, but then she's just revived 2 seconds later. It's dumb. It's dumb. They don't even talk about it after. Like, that's an insanely big plot development, and they don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it, Becco. They don't talk about it. I would like to say, that the weather is 65 degrees.
Oh yeah.
Oh, totally forgot about the weather.
Wow, that sounds like. Are you gonna continue to watch it?
I finished it.
You finished it.
It's only 1 season, 20 episodes, so it's only like 4 hours. So I watched it all because I was like invested at least to watch it.
So how did it end?
With these characters?
Ends. They spent all the entire finale episode was like saying goodbye, but like his family won't cry and like won't be sad because of future vision, which is dumb. And they spend way too much time on the finale on that.
Future vision.
That was one concept I didn't like in the show. But for some reason, that finale somehow felt like more conclusive than the original show's finale.
Oh, it really does.
Yeah.
Even though they're both bad and they don't really play on the movie at all.
Yeah.
Like, the events of the movie just straight up didn't happen.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that Benel exists.
Oh, yeah, no, she does have funny jokes in that one episode she's in, though.
Looks like Steven Universe got Riverdale-ified.
What?
No.
No. Really.
No.
Yeah.
No, because they didn't just start introducing random garbage,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. One thing that is crazy to me was I finished Future, and I'm like, okay, cool. But now I'm thinking about it, And every time I think about the show, I just think about how bad the future was. So now my entire perception of the show has been ruined by this new season.
You have to think of Future as its own entity that is completely
it's
separate.
crazy. That is one thing that I think is like really important. Is I think I heard this quote somewhere. It's like the most like important episode of a show is the pilot, like the first episode. But the second most important one is the finale, because that's the note you're leaving the audience on. If you leave them on a bad note, they're gonna be terrible. If you leave them on a good note, they're gonna think it's good.
And the third most important episode of a show is its 5th episode. Who knows why? But
you just randomly say that.
That can't be true at all.
There are a ton of 5th episodes that are just random filler.
Okay, tell me. Give me 10 examples right now.
Adventure Time.
I could name literally any show.
Any show.
No, literally, I'm actually thinking about it. A lot of them are actually very plot relevant.
No. You just have to pull out random nonsense that has just older shows that have non-linear plots.
Breaking Bad, episode 5, season 1, Gray Matter. It's when Walter decides to fully become Heisenberg.
That is actually a very important episode. Okay, I can talk about.
Eventually, you would say Steven Universe a bummer. Future
is definitely a bummer. I swear they could have just done like one-offs, and then tried to do not as much main plot, and still would have been a better conclusion to me, at least. I
think the Garnet racism campaign, well, not racism campaign, is better.
What?
Yeah. Do you don't know that one where the two kids and they're like having fun with each other, and they're like, "Wow, I want to marry you when I'm older." And this one kid comes in, and he says, "Black people can't marry white people." And then Garnet shows up, and they're like, "Garnet, yo!" And it's like for kids.
I don't remember this scene at all.
Don't worry, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me after. I would like to see this if this is actually real.
It exists.
It sounds so dumb.
Beck, you gotta stop. Beck, you gotta stop distrusting Aiden, especially when he sent you like the balls, tasting a man's balls clip. He knows the clips.
No, I sent you that. He did not believe it.
Oh, okay.
Cowboy Bebop, you do not know the anger of a man till he tastes a man's balls.
I forgot about that one.
Okay, so Beck, move on.
Okay, I watched one episode of 3 separate shows. I watched one episode of Adventure Time. It is a struggle to watch through, but I'm gonna try.
Second, non-Owl House moment.
It's harder because it's an 11-minute episode. It feels so like it feels like really like
Don't worry, I'll talk about Adventure Time during my
For me, it's like there's like no character development. There's like jokes. There's a lot of weird stuff in it, so the world building is not. I'm not fully into it yet.
Is there any Adventure Time, New Horizons, or like bullshit like that?
There's something called Distant Lands, and they're making a new spin-off show, like alternate future, right?
Okay, Distant Lands kicks ass. Okay.
That
shit goes crazy.
Okay. Well, you said wait for the main plot to happen in Adventure Time, so I'm gonna wait for that. Because right now it's all just not like non-important stuff.
He doesn't like shows that don't have a plot.
I do think shows. I have a good example. It's like Breath of the Wild. So think about this. You have you get through the tutorial. Let's say like the first episode, and then you're giving the main objective of to like defeat Ganondorf. So. And so you can go around and you can do other stuff, but it all contributes to that main goal of defeating Ganondorf. So like when you're doing randomly searching for flowers, you're like, oh, I'm getting these flowers so I can get more powerful to beat Ganondorf. You need that main goal throughout the season, so like what people are actually working towards.
Yeah.
But Beck.
Nah, you don't need that.
Don't you have to like watch Adventure Time so he watches like what, Avatar or something?
He hasn't started it. I'm watching Adventure Time. He hasn't watched Avatar yet.
Okay, that's because I'm finishing Adventure Time.
Yeah. Okay. Other thing I got a Hulu subscription 1 month.
Oh,
Free trial.
So you gotta watch The Bear.
Wait.
You're not gonna
did
believe this.
1 episode of Futurama. It was the Titanic one. I thought it was good. I'm gonna watch that on the side. And then I started watching The Bear.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I thought I should watch a show Uri actually knows, so I can talk about that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it is really good at like making you feel stressed.
It's a very stressful show sometimes.
It is a very stressful show. Like, this guy is cutting with like a knife, and I am scared he's gonna like chop his hand off.
No, it's a very. I love the way it's shot though. It's like very dynamic.
Yeah,
like, they do a bunch of shots, like different things. That's a reference to the Twilight Zone movie we did. But so
it is. Yeah.
So I love the way it's shot. I really like the acting and the characters in this one. I think
Yeah, I think I need more time to actually know who they are, because right now it's like, okay, we have like important big chef. He was like famous, and now he's working at a sandwich shop.
Yeah.
Fuck, oh shit! I left my half-eaten sandwich at work. Fuck.
But
so
yeah, just to give.
I have it for lunch tomorrow. That it's fine.
Do you know the context for why he's working at the shop? Like, yeah,
his brother died, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, his brother killed himself.
Oh yeah.
That's more of a We get to see more expanding on season 2. I really like this show. I really enjoy it. Season 2, I think is like a really good season, and it has like one of the best episodes of TV for me of like 2023. And that says a lot, because you had
Succession and Barry also in that.
You had Connor's wedding in 2023.
Yeah. All right.
Continue. You gonna continue watching it?
I definitely will. It's a show that I'm like, I've heard it's good, and I need like a show that I know is good to watch right now.
Yeah. You know what I find really interesting? That both me and Aiden, me and Aiden are kind of opposite sides, but we both have like a half in Beck. You know?
Yeah, no. I'm like halfway between you guys.
Yeah,
I will watch drama shows like Uri, and then I'll watch like animated stuff with Aiden.
But then sometimes me and Aiden just collapse a bit on some animated shows.
Yeah, you'll go on like Harley Quinn and like Futurama.
Yeah.
Those like comedies.
But, but talk about the Futurama episode. Do you get the love me and Aiden feel for that?
Yeah, no. I've watched like the first season. I love the first season. I didn't have my Hulu subscription anymore.
Yeah.
But now I'm watching season 2. I get the love for a show. It's really good.
Season 2.
What?
What do you want me to explain what's wrong with the seasons on Hulu?
Okay, the way they list there's 2 ways you can list it. You can either be the 8th season now, or the season 11 seasoners, or the 8th seasoners. The way I watch it, I think I'm probably in the 11 seasoners camp.
I think I might be in 11 season, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the movies as season 5, then season 6 A, B, C, A, B, 7 A, B, and then new 11th season, right?
Yeah, something like that. Because that's the only way I see it listed in all the platforms. That's the only way. They don't list it at season 8, and I don't think.
I'm assuming what you guys are talking about is they messed up the season orders or episode orders.
Well, not really.
No.
Just that,
no.
Yeah.
It's just chopped up weird.
There's technically the Comedy Central seasons are 4 seasons, but like they're 2. It's listed as 4 seasons, but technically they're 2 seasons split in 2 halves.
Okay. So like a season,
and that contributes to why there's like 7, 8, 9, 10 when they're really just 6 and 7.
Okay, got it.
And so now technically the way it's listed on Hulu is 11, and if you have ExpressVPN, you can actually it's like you have Hulu on Disney Plus. Like
I know that. One thing that shocked me about Hulu is like you have stuff from like every single different streaming service on here.
Yeah, they have Mac stuff.
They have Mac stuff. They have Disney Plus stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So very. Are you gonna watch? Because I don't know. Do you think you'll be able to watch all of Futurama before the month is over?
Depends. I mean, school's starting, so Maybe
okay,
not.
but
So true.
school, come on, you're a senior last year, come on.
Yeah, I'll just watch it during class.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Oh yeah. Another thing I watched was Freebird. I mean, not Freebird, Ladybird again.
Again?
Oh,
I watched it again. Yeah, literally.
Is it?
Like, I watched it
yeah.
last week
Watched
and
it
I watched
last
it this
week.
week.
Why?
Because my mom watched Barbie and then she loved Barbie. She cried at Barbie,
Oh.
so she really liked it. So she was like,
It's-
"Oh, I should watch her other films." And I'm like, "I really like Lady Bird," and
It's
so I
kind
started
of
Lady Bird.
insane how much Barbie is impact is different for men versus women. It's
I
kind of insane.
know it was crazy. Like,
It's like this emotional thing for women, and then for men, it's just like, oh yeah.
no, literally, my mom was like, "Can you send me your podcast episode? Because my friends want to know what it's like for a teenage dude."
And I'm like, no, mom,
It's a
don't
very
want.
different example. Yeah.
Mom,
Yeah,
we were like
I talk
kind
about Steven Universe in it. You gotta skip past that part.
of. Yeah, no.
Guys, it's Be Real time. Let's take my Be Real on the podcast. Hold on, pose. Awesome.
All right, great.
No, it's really insane how different it is for us. Because like it's even if I have been seeing these things on Reddit, like my girlfriend wants to break off with me because of Barbie.
Yeah.
That's so sad. That is legit sad. Like you're like, okay, we should do a date to Barbie with your girlfriend. Yeah, I gotta break up with you now.
It's very sad.
No, it's so wild. So she cried and says, "I want to watch more Greta Gerwig stuff. Let's watch Lady Bird." Is that what she said?
I recommended Lady Bird because like that's my favorite Greta Gerwig film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the vast majority.
Yeah.
So you getting pick up newer readings this time?
No, it's still really good. I mean, if I can watch the same movie a week after, I think I call it a good film.
Did you tell your mom that Barbie didn't hit as hard for you?
Yes, I told her. I told her about it or my review of it.
Did your
Yeah.
sister watch it?
My sister just watched it. She liked it.
She
My
cried.
mom and sister both
I don't
watched it
think
also.
she cried. Yeah, no.
What, Aiden?
My mom and sister both watched it and liked it.
Yeah, my sister watched it, my parents watched it, and my brother watched it.
Leave a
Yeah.
comment below if you think I should buy the Ken Enough hoodie.
Bro, that thing's sold out.
It's not sold. It's a pre-order.
It's a pre-order, so yeah.
Anyway,
it is crazy. I'm Just Ken made the Billboard Top 100.
I'm not surprised. It's really good. It's such a good song.
It is so good.
yeah. So let's move on to Aiden.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah. I think that's all. And then me and Aiden watched the movie, but we'll talk about it later.
Aiden movie, Futurama, Harley Quinn, and then Bow Wow.
Yep.
Okay, so I watched more Adventure Time. That's been the thing I've been working on, right? So I was at season 3, like beginning of season 3 last time, and I've made it through season 3 and season 4, and I'm like halfway through season 5.
There are 11 seasons, right?
There are 11 seasons, and season 4 and 5 like double the amount of episodes that there normally are. There's like 40 episodes in season 4 and 5.
I trust in Aiden's judgment. So I will be seeing this through. It might take me 2 years.
So here's one thing that I think why Beck doesn't like the show as much. So I watched the show because Beck, I don't know what he did during his childhood. Maybe he watched 4 Kids or something. I don't know.
I did watch a lot of Sonic X.
I'm so
Disney Channel kid.
Yeah, we've gone over this where Beck doesn't know what he is. But I watched a lot of
I watched, I think, Disney Channel. I remember one time, it was crazy. I was watching Adventure Time with, like, a babysitter. My mom came and was like, you can't watch Adventure Time.
No.
I don't know. For some reason, I remember that. She didn't like Adventure Time for some reason.
It is, like, adult animation now, like, with a lot of shows now.
Yeah.
Like
I surprisingly watched Futurama as a kid.
Yeah, that one's a little more tame, I think.
Yeah. Though it probably does have sex in the show.
Oh, no, not...
Bro.
God damn it.
Okay.
But But watching through Adventure Time, but I watched it on TV, like when they were coming out, like as a kid, and and rewatching it through, there haven't been really many. There's been like 3 episodes where I'm like, I don't really remember this episode, but there are parts of it that are like I still remember. Like I've seen all these episodes organically rather than streaming it, right?
Organically, nice.
That is one of the hardest things about like rewatching stuff. Is like Adventure Time was built to be watched week by week. It was not meant to be binged by a first-time watcher all the way through.
No, it definitely is not. And another thing is that the main character of Finn the human, he is 13 at the beginning of the show. And at the end of the show, he's 18. You see him grow up through the like whole run of the show. And like I was growing up with him. It was nice to see. It was like a whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing is that you didn't like grow alongside the show.
I did not, no.
Or maybe you don't find fart jokes funny. That might also be a problem.
Yeah, that's intellectual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they tone that down in later seasons, or is it just that all the way through?
So I'm going to talk about my favorite episode now. Season 4, episode 16, Burning Low.
Oh wow!
So there are 4 characters in this episode: Finn and Jake, Princess Bubblegum, and Flame Princess, who Beck you don't know yet.
I don't know.
No, she's introduced in season 3. Or season 2 to season, whatever. I don't know. So Finn builds her a house, and then they hug, and the whole episode is Princess Bubblegum jealous of Finn now that he has a girlfriend.
Ooh, hot.
When before she was like, I'm 18 and you're 13, and I don't really
so it's
like you in that way.
Is that an Anakin Padme situation?
A little bit, except it like makes sense, and you're like, ew, what the heck?
Yeah.
But that's what the episode's like kind of about. The episode, I've never like seen a show or rewatched a show where I'm laughing maniacally at what's to come because I know what's coming.
The foreshadowing is just really funny.
You know what's coming?
There's no foreshadowing. I just am like watching the episode and I'm like, holy shit, Jake's gonna get on his telephone call with President Porpoise. And then BMO comes down the ladder and he says, it's time for your President Porpoise meeting. And I'm like,
I don't get how that's funny, but
it's not funny.
It's President Porpoise.
President Porpoise, dude. He comes back in a later episode with Weird Al, okay?
Clearly, Beck thinks too highly of himself.
What?
I think, yeah. Clearly, you just have to turn your brain off and enjoy the show.
Okay.
This episode, I think, is one of the funnier episodes. It has the bacon pancake song in it. That's how you know it's good.
A classic
song.
Classic.
Yeah, so that's my favorite episode. I think it's really funny and written well and things.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing.
I also watched a new episode. What?
Is there like any emotion in it, or is it just jokes?
No, there's emotion in it. No. It is good. In that,
yeah, because I like the emotion more than like the jokes. So
there's emotion. It's about a fake love triangle that doesn't actually exist.
Beck's emotional intelligence is like through the roof, man. You don't understand how emotional Beck is. Yeah.
You're so right.
So, but Aiden, come on, let's what else have you watched?
I watched the new My Adventures with Superman episode.
I actually want to hear this. Because you left us on a big cliffhanger last time.
So the cliffhanger last time was that Lois Lane finds out that Clark Kent is Superman. Whoa! Yeah. And she's like, what the fuck? Why have you been lying to me? And it makes sense that he wasn't telling her that he was Superman because she wanted to sell his information on the internet.
She's a villain?
No, she's not a villain. She's a news reporter.
Yeah.
So like same thing. But
but like press journalism, Aiden just came at ya.
But then
Wow.
there's a falling out between the two, and Jimmy Olsen gets kidnapped, and you're like, whoa, he's not even
hope
in
he
the
dies.
outro anymore. He's not dead. He's still alive.
Ooh.
But Clark and Lois go to save him, and they save him, but he wasn't really in danger. But one thing that is revealed in this episode is that Jimmy knew that Clark Kent was Superman like the whole time, like since he met him in high school.
And then, like, obviously,
He knew the whole time, obviously, because the first time he met him, he ripped the door handle off the door.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, bro. He was like, bro, we're chill.
But guess what?
Chill.
He was chill about it. He was like, yeah, I knew it was probably a sensitive subject. That makes sense. So I decided to wait until you were ready to talk about it.
Okay.
Oh, so it's a metaphor for being gay.
It's not that. No. Not at all.
Okay, but like Lois is pissed though, right?
Well, not anymore. They're fine now.
They solved it.
They solved
back
it.
To banging?
They've never did. No, they held hands. Is that what you want?
Do you think holding hands with Superman is so hard that he actually just makes you pregnant just due to the
what?
What?
I bet it.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. I think.
Okay. What else did you watch?
Episode of Futurama, an episode of Harley Quinn, and a movie.
Okay, we're doing the movie time. Okay,
we
so
do the movie
boys. What movie did you watch today? By yourselves or with other members?
It was just me and Beck.
Ooh, now give us a little background. How did you get there? Who drove you there?
I drove by myself for the first time.
Yeah, and he drove me.
And I drove him.
So Beck, objectively, was he a good driver?
Well, we were in a terrible situation. He just got his license, so not the sweetest
I don't even have like the license. I just have a piece of paper that says that I can drive.
Yeah, he did put on good music though.
Nice. I did put on the TMNT Shredder's Revenge soundtrack. And then we listened to Miracle Dynamite on the way back.
So, Uri, do you want to guess which film we watched based on what we listened to?
A Marriage Story?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're so right. So, Uri, can you name all four Ninja Turtles? Because I didn't think you could.
Yeah, no, we literally were talking like, could Uri name all four of them?
Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Leonardo?
Yep, and what colors are each of them?
Okay, I don't know the specific colors, but it's like red, yellow, purple, and the blue. Is that
okay? It's orange, but yeah.
Oh, okay, orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched some epic rap battles with the Don.
Oh, that's not okay. That one goes hard.
That one does go hard.
That one has Rhett and Link and Smosh, and that one goes fucking fire. Okay.
Yeah, I watched that yesterday. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I've watched it like 12 times in the past month.
Yeah, so we go to the theater, and I'm not kidding you. This theater was like empty.
It was empty.
Like 6 other people, and 2 of them like kept leaving and getting back in.
When we bought our tickets last night, there were 2 people that had already bought tickets.
Yeah.
And so we chose our seats, and when we get there, there are people sitting in the seats right next to ours. Why did you buy tickets for those seats? Are you stupid?
Yeah. So we were sitting next to like a family, and then we were just talking to each other the entire movie.
Yeah. I don't know why they decided to buy seats next to ours.
All right. So
wow.
It
opened to $10.2 million at the box office.
I can't tell if that's good or bad.
No, it got 10 million.
10 million, yeah.
10 million opening night.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
On a Thursday. Yeah. Or on Wednesday, Thursday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So tell us, are you boys both big Ninja Turtle fans?
I think they're cool. I'm not like I know some of the characters and some of the stuff, but not a lot.
Okay, well I know even less than him.
Yeah.
I know there are 4 turtles. I know they got a rat, and I know they got the big guy with spikes.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the movie.
He was not in the movie.
And they like pizza.
Yeah,
They do like pizza. Yeah, that's a thing. So the movie was, guys, it was a good movie.
It was good movie. It had a lot
was
of
a good
Spider-Verse-y like animation where they very stylized it.
Yeah, I do like stylized animation. Please keep making more
Yeah,
movies
it was
like
really
that.
good.
Wow, was it genre defining?
It's not genre defining.
It's not genre defining. It was very creative, and it
Yeah,
was very funny.
Do you
yeah.
guys remember like the live action Ninja Turtles movie?
That one
I
did
never
not look
watched.
good.
I didn't watch those.
Oh,
You
I
watched
I've seen
remember
the
that.
original. I've seen the original Ninja Turtle movies, but not that one.
Mm. Anyway, tell me
Okay.
what's the plot of the movie.
So,
Uh,
plot is there are 4 Ninja Turtles, and they have to hide
Whoa,
in a
whoa, whoa,
sewer.
whoa,
wait.
bro.
What age are they?
Whoa.
Teenage.
Oh, and what
4?
are they again?
Oh,
They're turtles,
Okay,
but
they're
what kind?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And they have to hide in a sewer because Mr. Beast was mean
What?
to their rat dad.
Mr.
Yeah.
Beast?
Mr.
Yeah,
Beast.
he's in the movie.
He did.
Really?
Mr. Beast
Yeah.
does have a voice line in the movie.
He does have a voice role in a theatrical movie.
Wow.
And he
And then-
insults
And
their
then he
dad.
crossed the picket line.
No, but I think he legally had to.
He
And-
legally was allowed to.
He legally was allowed to, and it was like stated in the what was it? The
Contract.
statement about like what to protest. He was good on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And
and then
he
donated $1
donated.
million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
So,
we
wait,
love Mr. Beast here.
Okay.
is that the end of the plot?
Nope.
No.
Okay, so they have to fight the other mutants that want to kill all the humans, and they have to team up with a high school reporter named April. And April was actually like really good in the film.
Why are you saying named April like April isn't an established Ninja Turtle character?
Okay,
April O'Neil?
Yeah, April O'Neil.
Yes.
God, Beck.
Okay, sorry. April was good in the film.
Yeah, like, it's just like a random character named April. She was like, I think she was like really solid in the film, you know, just in my personal opinion.
I didn't really remember her from when I watched like the show when I was a kid.
She is like the 5th most important character.
Okay, well I didn't really remember her.
What about the rat?
Well, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's good.
He was
voiced by
Jackie
Chan.
Chan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
So
They had a lot of big name celebrities in this movie, such as Jackie Chan, Ice Cube, Seth Rogen, John Cena, Paul Rudd, Maya Rudolph.
Yep.
Gus Fring.
Yeah, they did have Giancarlo Esposito in one scene.
Giancarlo. Rip to Hector Salamanca.
Oh yeah.
I did see that.
A lot of actors died this past week.
Finger?
No.
Oh yeah, Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubin.
Yeah, and that the Euphoria actor killed him. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
the
was
Euphoria
bad.
actor.
Yeah, I saw the news about Paul Rubin while I was standing in line for the bathroom at the DMV.
Oh,
hot. Hey, then did you take a good DMV photo, or like how was it?
I don't. They just used the one that I took for my permit like 2 years ago.
How do you look?
All right. One thing I want to say about the movie is it had actually like, it felt really like current culture. Like they had like, a lot of references.
Do you ever,
really
Uri, do you ever watch a movie like when it comes out in theaters and you're like, wow, the dialogue is already outdated since the movie
like Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Yeah.
So
like that.
So they actually use Riz in this movie.
No,
they have
funny.
the word
Me and Aiden were
Riz
really talking about like Riz. I said on the screen, yeah, he don't got the Riz or something.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about Riz for?
No, because
they say in the movie.
No. He was like chatting up April, and
He
we
was
were like,
rizzing her up. You have
he
to
was
use
rizzing her up. Yeah,
That's not gonna
imagine
age
Nicola
well.
was here because he'd pop off.
yeah.
That is not gonna age well.
It's not gonna age like the best, but like
But
it was good to see a movie with dialogue that felt like it was like current.
Yeah, they have one of the characters wear a JoJo shirt, which was funny.
They should have had one character.
They defeat the main villain using an Attack on Titan reference.
It was,
I feel like I'm the only one who's seen Attack on Titan, so I'm the only one that got that.
I knew that was a thing, but
they should have had one turtle call the other turtle. You're an NPC, bro. Like, you're so cringe. No cap, brother. They should have had one turtle.
Already outdated.
That's already outdated. It also is terrible coming from.
And then one thing that I loved so much was they were doing a car race scene, and they put on this song, and the song was like this, like
What's Up for Non-Blondes.
It was What's Up for Non-Blondes.
No,
and they
that's the band. The band is for Non-Blondes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they play the song, and then they go to a fight scene, and they play the He-Man version of the song in the movie. And I actually love that song. It's on my like YouTube playlist, and I did not expect them to play it, so I love that scene.
And then I compared that scene in my head to one that happens in The Mitchells versus the Machines, if you've seen that movie, Uri.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So in that movie, they establish at the beginning of it that the main character listened to the song Numa Numa as a kid and liked it. Right?
Okay.
There's like some remix of it that is bad. And it's in the climax as like the thing that brings the family together. And it's not really well implemented. But I think that this outdated meme song was implemented into this movie well because it wasn't shoved in your face.
Yeah, they literally played it silently, but it's like if you knew it, you got it. It was really funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so overall review of the movie. How does it feel?
I thought, okay, so the runtime isn't that long. It's less than 2 hours. It's like hour 40 something. It felt really long though, which
it did feel long.
I don't think that's a good thing.
No, it was a good thing. Because I kept thinking the movie was over and there was more. Great, I can't wait.
For me, like, I feel like you remember a movie being a lot longer when you first watch it.
Yeah.
Or like when you remember a movie is longer, sometimes it's better because like you remember so many more of the plot beats. That means those plot beats were important.
Yeah. Does that mean stuff can be cut out of the movie?
No,
okay.
I don't. Okay, I think the thing when they're like scrambled eggs, yo, for like a minute, I think that could have been shortened.
An entire minute. I'm like, wait, are we seriously staying on this for a minute?
No, I think it's great though.
Well,
I think pointless bits that take too long are sometimes well done. Like there's this one in Adventure Time where they have a splash screen that just says 1 second later, and it's on the screen for like 20 seconds.
That is pretty funny.
I like when they do a bit and then they get meta with it. Like, are we really doing this bit?
No,
that's literally Rick and Morty writing.
No, they do that in a Family Guy too.
Oh no, Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Okay, Beck, you give your overall review.
I thought it was a good film. I would definitely recommend you see it. I feel like you're gonna get a lot more out of it if you actually know Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But you
don't have to know all the like you just have to know like who like the turtles are, who Splinter is, who April is, and like some of the mutants.
It's basically just an origin story.
You need to know at least like Baxter, and then like none of the other ones.
I did not know Baxter.
I did know him. He sucks as a boss fight in Shredder's Revenge. TMNT.
I did not know who April was going into the film or like what she did. All I knew was like she existed and she was like a love interest. But no,
she's not. Only in that movie is she.
Okay, only in this. Okay, but like but I knew she existed, so getting the good intro was good.
Beck's perception of April is all like,
Beck, I did
April?
tell you
Who the
before
fuck
we
is
went
April?
in. I wanted to clarify. I
Yeah, no,
clarified who she was
you
before
did
we went
clarify
into
that
the
to me,
movie.
and I would not have gotten that if you had not explained it to me.
Yeah, I said that she's a news reporter.
Yeah.
So
And you were like, oh,
guys,
okay, cool. And so
let's
that cleared it up for you.
let's get a little market heavy. Who do you guys think is this movie is made for?
I don't know.
People who
it
like
can,
TMNT, people who
it can,
like animated films, people who are a fan of Seth Rogen.
yeah. Like
Those three groups.
you can hit like the people that were like fans of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when they were a kid. That works. Kids, animation fans, Seth Rogen fans. Yeah.
There's probably more.
Adult
I don't know.
I
animation
do the
fans?
exact same thing, but yeah.
Adult animation fans who want something a little more kid friendly for once in their
Okay,
lives.
okay. For this being like a rated like children's movie,
It's
they
PG.
do say is it PG?
It's PG. I literally looked as we were walking out. It was PG.
Okay, because like you can't really do stuff for PG, right? But
Yeah.
like for like a kids movie, but they like say damn and stuff in the movie, which is
Yeah,
pretty
I
awesome.
thought it was like PG-13.
Yeah,
Kind of felt more PG-13 than like Barbie to me.
yeah, they say damn, hell, and crap and things like that.
Yeah.
CRAP crap.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Futurama and Harley Quinn, and then we wrap up,
Great.
boys.
Have you guys both watched those?
I
We
have.
did both watch them. I watched
Guess
Harley
what?
Quinn
I
like 3 hours
haven't.
ago.
So you guys go ahead.
Beck, you
Alright.
can leave now.
No, I'm not gonna leave.
Let's talk
Okay,
about
but
Harley Quinn first,
you
'cause
do the. I made a TikTok about the Futurama, so you get to talk about it. Futurama.
Oh, okay. So the Futurama episode was about Kif and Amy. What's his name? Kif
and Amy.
Kif and Amy's children from an episode 20 years ago.
And it's
yeah.
actually 20 years since the episode came out.
It is, and they say that in the show, except they don't say episode. Now, the episode, there are some weak points where
There's definite weak points.
They over-explain things that should not have been explained to the characters presented in the scene. Although I wasn't complaining at the time because I forgot what happened.
I'd watched the episode right before the previous episode, so I was totally fresh.
So wait, was it like they were saying like, you have kids to the people that have the kids?
No, it was more like we have kids and this is how it happened to the characters that watched it happen.
Okay, yeah.
And like
explaining stuff they should know.
Leela, who impregnated Kif, she's all like, "Wait, I had sex with Kif? Was I drunk?" And she doesn't remember, even though she was fully cognizant when she impregnated Kif. They re-explain how Kif's species has children. We didn't really need that.
Okay, but I didn't rewatch the episode, and I forgot, and I was confused. But then they said it, and then I was like, "Oh yeah." But then they went on for another 2 minutes, and I was like, "Okay, well, that's a little much."
So essentially, Amy in this episode, in the beginning of the episode, they have like kind of a neat intro. Bender and Fry make some honey candy or something. Yeah. And then Amy gets an alert. 20 years from now, and like she gets an alert, and then she goes to get the kids. It's like 100 kids come in, but then like there's a process called the winnowing, and then only like 3 children come out.
Oh wow!
And they're at different ages. Like one's really old, one's middle old, and one's kind of
By really young, old, he means like teenager.
Okay.
And so,
just
but
so you get
it's kind of
age groups.
It's kind of interesting how they describe the age differences. It's because their ages depend on the temperature of the water they were in when they were like grew. That's kind of interesting.
Oh.
And so, but then there's like the character called the Grand Midwife, who's like I guess like a counselor, who's like she's a grandmother. I've seen this character before. She's like an odd like elderly woman of like the Kif's planet. And so she kind of like helps the process. And so, okay, there's good. It's a mixed bag. I think this episode is like a little less than the first episode.
Yeah,
there's definitely mixed points. You know, it's like they get to a good point at the end, but like a rocky way to get there. Like so then the Grand Midwife just she stalks Amy, and sees that I guess Leela is now taking care of the children more, and then like a challenge has been filed, and then like Amy does the challenge, but then like she says there's a bunch of things that are going to happen in this challenge, but then she said the question, do you love your kids? And then she says, I love them more than anything. That's it. Challenge over. You get your kids back.
Okay.
And so it's like,
they did come out of the gate swinging with an emotional episode, and the emotional parts were good.
Emotional parts were good, but like, we didn't really need, I feel like they could have been a more organic way to build up to this point, but like, also, I hear what you're saying about Amy and Fry's voices. God, I could hear the age in their voices.
They sound old. Lauren, Tom, and
Amy, like, especially is like sometimes like okay, like when she was like getting emotional, that's when I could hear it.
When she's like crying, she sounds old. How old is Lauren Tom?
And so the way to get there is kind of confusing. The Leela stuff, pretty interesting. Okay, and then they do this like like seeing.
62.
So there's like Kiff is like an alien like commander, and it's like he has like a douchey like boss named Zap Brannigan. You've seen him.
Oh yeah. I know those guys.
Yep. And so Zap Brannigan, they go up to do some spacing. We get to see like the whale biologist, if you Aiden remember.
Yeah.
And so we get to see that. And then there's like tardigrades, and Zap Brannigan gets catnapped by some tardigrades, and then Kiff saves him. And then this thing where like he's about to kill like a family of tardigrades, like even the little babies.
Not but just then the men, but the women and the children too.
Exactly. And then it cuts. And then it cuts, and then he goes back down, and then he says, I did what a father had to do. And then he cuts back, and then he doesn't even kill the babies. Just he shoots at the biologist who's like making fun of the bears. And I feel like that flashback wasn't really needed.
Yeah, it happens within the flashback shows up like 30 seconds after it actually happened.
So it was a little pointless. I like it. I feel like they definitely needed an episode to address this, but I feel like I would like Kiff and Amy's children to be still there in the show, but just like a little background thing that we see every now and then.
Yeah, I don't want another episode about them.
We don't need a real focus on this. And
like,
I feel like they could have done.
If Amy's out of the show for a little bit, I understand that, but like, I don't want to. I don't.
Good episode, Aiden. Do you have like an overall review of that episode?
I thought it was good. That's about all I have to say about that. I do want to say though, because John DiMaggio, the voice actors in both Adventure Time and Futurama, and he uses the same voice for Jake as he does for Bender, and it's
really?
I've
heard both their voices. They sound very different to me.
They sound very similar.
You know who does that? H. John Benjamin with Bobby
and Archer and
Archer
and the guy
and Family Guy. Yeah,
but it's very jarring to just go back and forth between those two shows.
Oh yeah.
Because you just go back, you like watch one and you're like, wow, John DiMaggio is such an asshole in this show, and then you go to Futurama and you're like, wow.
He's Bender. He's still an asshole, but he's lovable.
Well, yeah, that was the joke I was making.
But the thing, so it was a good episode. Next episode is the crypto episode. So I hope they.
No. That one looks promising.
Yeah, it's a cowboy episode though.
It's like I would actually like to see the jokes.
When they say mining for when they do mining for crypto, it's like actual mining.
So, Beck, did you see Harley Quinn? You didn't see Harley Quinn.
I did not.
Fucking Beck, come on.
I watched Harley Quinn, and I thought it was...
I like the episode.
It was okay. It was okay.
I like the episode because, like, I like to see, like, it was a nice, like, I guess, singular plot focus, like a sitcom kind of episode where, like, you know, Harley Quinn and the Bat Family, they lost the mom, the mom... I like how we were saying, what's her name?
I don't care about her.
The ghoul. Like, we get to see in the comics, like, Damian Wayne's mom. Like, we know. And I get to see that character. Yeah, Talia al Ghul. I think I like the character, so it's interesting seeing that dynamic. But Harley and the Quinn, he's taking all the money, so they have to, like, rent out the Wayne Manor as an Airbnb. And then they get, like, these,
Swedish guys.
Swedish people, and then they turn out to be villains who kidnap them. And then Harley needs to teach them how to fight without their weapons. which is kind of silly because, like, come on, do they really not know how to fight without their weapons?
They seem like very proficient in martial arts.
No, they need that prep time, baby.
Yeah. And so, but then, I like the Ivy plot. They even make a reference to The Sopranos in this episode.
Yo, would I get the reference or no?
If you know Tony's mom,
I don't. Oh, wait, I think I do.
So it's kind of a fun, like, and then like Lex is kind of like he's fawning over Steppenwolf. You remember Steppenwolf from Justice League? And there's like an evil convention on the moon, and like, was that reporter guy Superman?
Yeah, I didn't like how he was in this episode. I thought it was annoying.
Superman was like doing I guess an article about Lex Luthor, and he was just like on the moon, like on the convention, like following him around as like Clark Kent, and and so but then Ivy upstages Lex Luthor, and then she actually gets with Steppenwolf, and they might do some evil stuff. Because it's funny thing, like Lex says, Steppenwolf might be like an intergalactic bad guy, but his true motivation is venture capitalism.
And like the iPhone game.
And so they even have Mark Zuckerberg in this episode.
And Elon Musk.
Is he a lizard person?
No, he just dies. They kill him. And they kill Elon Musk also.
They're killing a lot of people.
Yeah, Yeah, I totally started the episode and forgot that Two-Face was alive.
He is?
Yep, I totally forgot he was.
I think the next episode is going to be like a Joker episode, because now Joker's kind of like he doesn't like being a good guy anymore, like the mayor. He wants to be evil, and then like he does he kills like a gardener, I guess, at the end of the episode, and it's like he laughs. It was pretty like the animation was pretty scary, like him like laughing maniacally. It was pretty good.
The Joker laughed. This is crazy.
Maniacally, though. Maniacally.
One thing I didn't like about this episode, so the titles of the episodes have been pretty normal and like related to the plot in some way, I guess. Like BITCH was one of them that I liked. But the episode title for this was The First Person to Go to a Business Conference and Not Get Chlamydia. And the first like 3 lines of the episode is what's her name? What's not what Mr. Freeze's wife? What's her name?
Oh, I forget.
Nora.
I literally
Nora.
Yeah.
I was really thinking that's what you were thinking of.
And like the first 3 lines, she like says you're going to be the first person to go to a business convention without getting chlamydia. And it was very annoying because I saw the episode title. I'm like, wow, that's an interesting episode title.
Hey,
and then they spoil the joke for 3 seconds, and I'm like, wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the show's getting a bit more, like, it's always been kind of sitcom-y, but this season kind of feels like, like a little plot each episode, like,
well, yeah.
There's like, so we're getting that, but then they do like a weird, like, it's probably going to pan out later where I guess Harley is like sleepwalking and she's doing shit in the Wayne Manor. I don't really know.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of empty threads in this episode.
Yeah. No, yeah. It is. I might be worried a bit more for the season a bit now after talking about it, but I think it has potential.
Probably.
So we're gonna see how that pans. I think Hyde-Man's coming back.
So sad.
Anyway, guys, go watch the SummerITurnedPretty.
Don't watch SummerITurnedPretty.
Don't do that. Recommendation: SummerITurnedPretty. Is that end of podcast?
Sometimes I hate watch something so much I turn into love watching.
You should do that for The Idol. It's really easy to hate.
Whoa.
But you probably will never learn to love it. Alright.
Okay, bye, Princess. Come, boys, and come.
Don't say that.
What?
Stop talking.
What? Remember, always use Celsius.
Always do that.